Hello everyone, this is Dr. Swapna. So welcome back to our next session on compensation management. So previous session we had discussed about the international compensation management, its objectives, components, and later with another session we also had a discussion with the theories of compensation and particularly which are connected to expatriates compensation. So today's session, let us look into some of the approaches of global or international compensation management. So international compensation can be defined as the provision of monetary and non-monetary rewards, including probably base salary, benefits, and perquisites, or it can be long-term and short-term incentives, then valued by employees in accordance with their relative contribution to MNC performances. So its broad HRM purpose is to attract, retain, and motivate these personnel required throughout the MNC currently and in the future as well. So job evaluation is the means by which internal relativities and compensable factors, those elements such as skills, physical and mental demands, and responsibilities that comprise an individual's work role in the MNCs and contribute to its performance are determined. So moving to some of the approaches to international components, let us start with the first one, the balance sheet approach. This is one of the very important approaches. So this is also called as the home-based approach. The home-based approach or the balance sheet approach is the most popular of all the approaches and used by more than 95% of US multinational companies. So the balance sheet approach provides international employees with an expatriate compensation package that equalizes cost differences between the international assignment and the same assignment in the home country of the individual or the organization. So this balance sheet approach is based on some key assumptions and is designed to protect expatriations from cost differences between their home and the host countries. So here they provide financial incentives or for expatriates, or hardship premium, which we discussed in our previous session, all include to make an attractive packages. So, and as I said, it is one of the most commonly used approach in multinational firms. So here are some of the four major categories of these approaches, wherein starting with goods and services, housing, income taxes, then the reserves. So here goods and services include that home country outlays for items such as food, personal care, clothing, household furnishings, then recreation, transportation, and even the medical care. Then housing is one of the major costs associated with in the host country. Then income tax, again parent country and the host country income tax will be should be considered. So here regarding taxes, I'll just make a separate session on this so that you can have a clear input on how they deal with taxes. Then moving upon to the next one is reserve. So contributions to savings or payments for benefits, then pension contributions, investments, education expenses, then social security taxes, and so on. So moving upon to the next approach. So the next approach is salary level in host country approach, or it is also called as host based approach. So the host-based approach means the assignee transfers to the host country payroll and receives base and incentive pay based on the host country compensation practices and regulations. So hence there are limited, like if any, assignments related allowances and so on. So the host payroll typically delivers base pay and incentive pay and above base pay allowances as well. So with organizations looking for cost cutting opportunities, they have looked to localize assignees and so on. So the host based approach may be the cost effective option to the traditional home based approach, including local plus policy components. So here the difficulties can occur in repatriating assignees if applying this approach, because it integrates employees into the local host salary structure. So it can make it a very difficult to move the assignees to another destination or back to their home country or vice versa. Again, for example, HSBC in India pays salaries to Indians who are in host country national, whereas Chinese being the parent country national and Americans being the third country national. So salary levels of Indian banks like ICICI, IDBI, HDFC, or salary level of foreign banks operating in India like Citibank or other banks, salary levels of other Chinese financial institutions operating in India. So all these salaries will be paid according to the host country approach or host country compensation policies and procedures. So the next approach that we have to look into is the global market approach. Here the global, unlike the balance sheet approach, global market approach is expatriate compensation requires the international assignment be viewed as continuous, even though the assignment may be for various periods of time and the employee may be in various countries. So all assignees are on the equivalent compensation scale, regardless of their home country or the host country. This approach is much more inclusive very much inclusive, and regardless of which country the assignee is assigned to. So the main benefits are provided. So which have the benefits which have been mentioned above, all those will be provided. Next, it is lump sum approach. So this involves giving the expatriate a predetermined salary and letting the individual decide about how to spend it. Finally, there is a regional system under which the MNC sets a compensation system for all expatriates who are assigned to a particular region. Thus, everyone going to say for example, Europe falls under one particular system, and those going to South Africa or any other South Africa, come under the other different system, whereas going to US come another one more different system, and so on. So here a total package money value is covered, means it includes the base salary and all kinds of allowances and the benefits. So the employee is provided with the freedom of allocating the money and deciding upon what type, where he has to spend, how much he has to spend for medical conveyance, how much for education, how much for housing and so on, for recreation, for family, and setting out exchange rate production and so on. So next approach is negotiation approach. Here some of the employees or the MNCs prefer to determine the compensation package through mutual negotiation between the employer and the employees. So this is possible only when the number of expatriates are relatively less and required talent or the knowledge or the skill required is very less and the supply is very less. Here we fall on bargaining approach. So moving upon to the next one, Buffett approach. So under this approach, the total salary level is determined by the organization and the employee given an option to decide the cash component and benefits component in the total compensation package. So here employees normally select more components of benefits depending upon their needs, and remaining portion of the compensation is in the form of cash. So this option reduces the tax burden as well, because most of the compensation is in the form of benefits. So next approach is the cluster system approach. So here the MNCs segment the countries and the cities into cluster based on the cost of living and other factors like hardships and danger issues, then after affect the compensation package. So they determine more or less same compensation package for each job within the same cluster or the cities. So this approach reduces the cost of complexities in the compensation administration. So here you belong to this cluster, so this is your compensation package. So you're going to this city, this is your compensation package. So each of these clusters and their compensation packages and procedures is predetermined depending on the theories followed to fix the compensation. So the next approach is the performance-based approach. So here this approach provides the opportunity for the best performer to earn high salary irrespective of nationality, including host country nationals. So this approach provides a minimum guaranteed base salary irrespective of performance that would be enough to meet the basic needs of the employees. And this approach is organization friendly as it enhances organization performance and increases value of productivity. Yes, this acts as one more tool for motivation of the employees. Then moving upon to the next one, this is double home country salary and living compensation at the host country approach. So yes, this is a longer name of the approach. So under this approach, MNCs determine the package in such a way that the expatriates get compensation best domestic salary plus living host country compensation. So double home country salary would be the double of the best salary that a best candidate gets in the home country for the similar job. So just for your information, I have attached a table which shows the approaches and the theories adopted by different countries across the world. So please pause it and have a clear look. In my previous session also had mentioned regarding some of the few like Japan and America and so on. So just go through this, and thank you for watching this video. So have a great day. Thank you.